Hi everyone, my name's Ariel Christian and this is my self-assessment project. So for my background, I was born in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, which is a Marine Corps base, and raised in Richlands, North Carolina, which is a town right outside the Marine Corps base. My family played an intricate part when I was growing up and they were definitely my best friends. I included a lot of them here on this slide. The top left picture is of my mom, myself, and my dad. Then the one below it, which is a bunch of people, is my mom's side of the family, which includes from left to right, my cousin Wyatt, my grandmother, me, my cousin Macy, my aunt Katie, my mom in the back, and then my grandfather to the right. And then to the left at the bottom is me and my aunt Debbie, which is my dad's sister. And then left picture at the bottom, or the right picture at the bottom, is my cousin Sasha, I, and my aunt Ruthie. So currently I am a transfer student at Appalachian State University and I am majoring in nutrition. So for my big five results, I got open-mindedness in the 64th percentile, conscientiousness in the 99th percentile, extroversion in the 47th percentile, agreeableness in the 16th percentile, and negative emotionality in the 87th percentile. Personally, I have shared these results with my family and also my roommates, and they have agreed that this is a good representation of my personality. I am very highly organized. I have a planner, a physical planner. I keep my Google Calendar up to date, and I also have day-to-day to-do lists. So that's something I'm actually very proud of, and I am not surprised at all that I scored very highly on this. And then for agreeableness and negative emotionality, I do suffer with anxiety and perfectionism. And I am a very anxious person, and I'm very anxious about being perfect in what I do or doing things the best that I know I can do. And therefore, I criticize myself very easily, and that can also be attuned to others, which is something I wish to work on and mention later on in the PowerPoint. So for key leadership experiences in high school, I was a huge person into choir. I led the soprano section of my choir and I was offered mini solos in choir. I had been in choir from fourth grade on to my sophomore year in college. And this is my first year not being in choir actually. And I was also a key component in the spring musicals at my school. I did them each year and I have them listed here from freshman to senior year. And I went from being a chorus member in Beauty and the Beast, there's a cast picture at the bottom right. And then I was the bride Ruth in Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, Cosette and Les Mis, and then Aida and Aida, which there is a cast picture at the top right. And then the picture to the left is actually me in my choir dress and also a picture of the lot of girls I was in choir with in high school. So key leadership experiences in college, one was being a cashier at the Richlands Piggly Wiggly, and two leadership experiences were my ability to train new cashiers and also to open the store every Saturday. I actually trained new cashiers after I'd worked at the business for 3 months, which I thought was outstanding because I had barely been there and they already trusted me to train other people. And then finally, into my sophomore year of college, I was able to open the store every Saturday, which may not seem like a leadership position. However, my business, the business I worked for, only allowed full-time people to work day shifts, and then part-time worked any shift full-time workers could not work, and also the night shift. So to be able to open the store was a big deal, especially since I worked part-time there the entire 3 years that I worked there. And finally, I am the older adult committee leader in the Appalachian Student Dietetic Association, and I've been able to create a team for the Alzheimer's Awareness Walk, which I have featured at the bottom right, and then collect over $100 of monetary donations and also physical donations for the Lewis E. Harrell Senior Center here in Boone, when they were doing a Christmas drive for senior citizens in our community in need over the holidays. So I'm very proud of that, and that my hall is on the top left picture. So for short-term and long-term goals, my short-term goals are to graduate with my bachelor's in nutrition, which will hopefully happen next summer after I complete my internship. Apply for graduate schools for a master's in nutrition, which I plan to do this fall into next spring, and also continue with therapy. So I'm currently in therapy for my anxiety, and it's something that I wish to work on in order to improve my agreeableness and also have positive emotionality. And then finally, for long-term goals, I would like to complete my dietetic internship so that I can then go to be a dietitian and then find a job as a dietitian in older adult care, because that's where I would like to go into as far as being a dietitian. That's what I want to specialize in. And also, I put down here, continue working on my anxiety. I know that that's not something that's very, it's not time stamped. It's kind of a long-term lifetime goal. However, I would like to be able to live a life with not as much anxiety as I'm having, or at least a more normal level of anxiety, to be able to not criticize others. And I do believe that's going to be a lifelong goal, and my time for that goal is my entire life, which makes it a very long-term goal. So in conclusion, this class taught me that I really want to work with older adults, and I experienced that through the self-reflections that we did, like the dream job and tell your story assignment, but also through the manager leader interview assignment, where I was able to interview a leader at the Lewis E. Harrell Senior Center, someone I actually worked very closely with this whole year with my older adult committee. So it just really solidified that for me. And part of the reason I wanted to go into adult care is that my grandmother, who's pictured here at the top right, she's the woman in the picture. She was very important to me in growing up and still is today. And she is the reason I want to do this. And I saw that through my self-reflections and also through my love when working with other people already in the field. So thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you down in the comment section.